guys, welcome back to the channel. Just make sure the audio is all set. That text message. Make sure this is good. Should be good here in a second. Hey guys, back to the channel. Yeah, it should be good. Probably actually turn this up a touch. So, we are back here on the Carrabassett for stream number 48. Not too much has changed since then. I've been working a little bit on the line itself. I'll take you through what I've been doing off screen. It hasn't been a whole lot, like I said, so we're going to start up here where we were last time. Make sure the audio is good, because I'm just a little... not too much has changed. Alright, so I'm coming through loud and clear. Let's see. So that should be good. Anyways, so we'll start up here at the yard. If the music's too quiet, let me know. I can turn it up a little more. So I didn't do a whole lot else with the yard since then. The yard is looking about the same, of course. Gonna sneeze now. That's great. That's my sister. Howdy, RT fan 739. Welcome, welcome. Yep. So the yard here hasn't really changed too much. Just a little bit of odds and ends since then. Placed in some ballast piles and just kind of started to get this area a little finished up. Done some roads. Placed some of USA Trains houses, Audi Moore's houses, which you can pick up from USA Trains now. They are available. Very nice. But just placed down some roads and whatnot. I think I was working on roads over here just a touch. Yeah, just a little bit. Got this going, and then I think I was working on a crossing over here. It's right here. Yeah, I was working on the roads a little bit. Just trying to get the roads kind of plopped in. Just trying to get an idea. Got another road over here. So, getting the roads placed in, got some forested area kind of plopped in and whatnot. Yeah, not too much else here at the yard. I was doing some working with the lights, I think, last time. This little warehouse plopped in over here, just a little something extra, just to offset it, or just offside the yard, and then kind of took the tracks out this way. So we got the tracks heading out this way from Palmyra, or heading out to Palmyra from here. So, tracks up this way, and then so right here heads up towards I believe Dexter. It's the Dexter branch, and then to the right keeps going towards the northern main junction as we pass through Corona, across the creek, up a hill. Working a lot with the grades through here because they've been kind of a pain in my ass. Congratulations, David. Welcome to the stream. How's the music coming through for you all? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Is it good? Any adjustments? Just trying to make sure. Yes, the line starts coming down this hill. Kind of like a big 180. Snowplow. Snowing to beat the band outside. They're starting to cover the ground in some snow. Jeez. But yeah, the line keeps going on. And I mean, I've really tried to keep the grades respectable and make sure there's not a lot of kinks in the track and whatnot. It's been a pain. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, David. I particularly like this kink in the track here. Can be a little too abrupt. That might just be a little too abrupt. Let me, there we go. Howdy, Thomas. So I don't see much in the chat about if the audio's too much, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's okay. And, but yes, this is where the line has ended thus far as I make my push towards Northern Main Junction, which is going to be roughly right over here. This is Northern Main Junction. So, as I said last time, this right here is the CMQR/CP trackage. Yes, David, I heard you the first time. You don't have to keep putting it in the chat. So, and this is Pan Am's trackage, or CSX's trackage, or whomever's trackage. That's still up in the air at this moment. And our tracks are going to come in roughly, so we leave the yard. We're trying to branch off from Pan Am right about here and head roughly this way. So I got to get my tracks from right about here to roughly, where are my tracks? They should be like right over here. Yeah, they're all the way over here. So I still have a lot to do. So from right here, I gotta get from like right here all the way over to like right here. So it's there's still a lot of track to lay. This line is this line is kind of already turning into something. But so that's kind of a bulk of what we're going to be doing today, is just trying to get the tracks further stretched out towards Northern Main Junction. And then after that, we got to come here to Skowhegan. Mail's coming. current tracks in Skowhegan kind of come through this alignment right here. So let me show you what we're doing, because I think I put the bridge down last time. Or in my own time, I'm sorry. Yep, so what's going to happen up here is so the track, instead of curving in this weird kind of S curvature, turns, whatever, is going to get chopped off. So all this track right up through here is going to get taken out. And instead, the track is going to continue to curve to the left, come across the Route 201, and it's going to come across the Kennebec this way, and then go across this road, and that's going to curve back to the right and head towards Skowhegan. Roughly through here, I gotta get the tracks. And I remember there was like a really big hill right here, which, yeah, I've already started to lay the track down. So I was starting to lay the track down. It's not even graded. My cat come. My cat's went behind me, and now I can't find him. Well, that was kind of a tease. I was gonna pet my cat. So the tracks come down through here, and they come across what currently is our street running, but we're gonna actually kind of take that out, so we're not gonna street run, which I'm kind of bummed out about, but I'm also kind of relieved about, because this was gonna be a nightmare to signal and do, so I'm actually slightly relieved about this. But so we come through kind of behind these neighborhoods, and then we kind of make a slight jaunt, because I did this all on my old version of the Carrabassett while Sean was working on this route, just to kind of see what I wanted to do. It's gonna be like a bridge right here, and then the route's going to curve this way, and then roughly up here in this field there's going to be a small yard. So, and then there's going to be a Y, and I'm going to redo the alignment of this bridge to kind of come more this way. And then this track, instead of going up this way, this is all going to get ripped out as well. So this station's going to get ripped out. The spur going up the street running is going to get ripped out. All these crossings are going to get ripped out, which, don't worry, we will still have like 1,000 crossings. But it'll be in town. And instead of kind of snaking our way through town, which I always kind of hated because it was very snaky, it was very slow, it just kind of shitty, really. And then we kind of come into this very, very small yard, which I've always also kind of hated. So this is going to get ripped out, and all the track back up this way that leads to the bridge is going to get ripped out. So that track is going to get redone. So what's going to happen is there's still an industry right here. This is the New Balance shoe factory, which we got to get to. So that's going to stay there. But what's going to happen is this Y is going to get moved further down, and it's going to be less this, or actually I think it's just going to be the track coming in, just the lead heading toward the shoe factory. So what's going to happen is the bridge will go across, and then this will be a part of the Abenaki Sub, which will head towards Waterville. Because currently speaking, if we head down the current alignment of this set of track ends about here, which is fine, and then the track is still going to go this way. There's going to be like a small little wood chip loadout right here, because it's like a wood chipping facility right here, and the tracks are going to keep going, because right about here is a large paper mill. So I got to build this whole paper mill. This is the current paper mill service. You can kind of see the train tracks that kind of go all through it. This is Pan Am served currently. It's going to be served by us. This is going to be a Carrabassett paper mill. So now you're going to have 2 paper mills on the route. Actually 3, I think. 3 paper mills all on the route. One in Madison, one down here in, I think this is Fairfield, and then one up in Chain of Ponds. And I don't think there's any towards Bangor. We could put another one, but that's a lot of freaking paper mills. So in the tracks, I believe, I gotta talk to Sean, I'm not gonna build this yet, but I believe we continue to follow these tracks down. Cause yeah, Pan Am's tracks go this way. So I think we're just following this this branch, and then we come into Waterville this way. I think I gotta talk to Sean, cause he has the alignment built, or set up, but I think, yeah, we're gonna come just via the current stretch from the Pan Am. And that's going to be the Abenaki Subs. The Abenaki Sub's going to stretch from Waterville up through Skowhegan, and it's going to go to North Anson. Hence why I call it the Kennebec, because it's following the Kennebec River. So that's what that's going to be. And then the Abenaki Sub, which is currently what runs from which is this set of track right here, and runs all the way to Newport. The Abenaki Sub's going to start in Skowhegan, so right where the Y begins here and curves to the left, this will be the start of the Abenaki Sub. So Skowhegan's going to be kind of interesting, so we're going to have the subdivisions beginning and ending, if I can yawn. And then we're going to have the Kennebec kind of just passing through, as well as a small yard here for some servicing of the paper mill, but mostly for the expansive amount of industries in Skowhegan, which we will branch off to from here. We'll kind of go up this way, and then we'll kind of hook into it, right here. So instead of the tracks kind of coming in left, they'll kind of curve more to the right, and we will still service all of this, which I have to replace this warehouse because that was a payware asset, come to find out. Yeah, so we have a bit to do. And this right here is no longer a Mafka produce. This is going to be something else. So I got to figure out what this industry is going to be here and what it's going to be loading up. So yeah, so we got our work cut out today. Oh, and then on top of that, just something else that I've been doing. So if we come over here to, let's see, a little further beyond Norwich Walk, kind of keep coming up to Kennebec. So if we get over here to CP Madison, so this is Control Point Madison, which should be denoted by the sign that I made, yeah. Yeah, so this is Control Point Madison on the app, which is currently the Abenaki. Let me check something. Give me just 1 second. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. My cat got sick. Could hear something, and I'm like, So, had to go just clean that up. Hey, Railfan Central. Is that Jack Laz? That's Jack Laz. But here is the Nordica sub. So the Nordica sub kind of comes in, and it kind of splits off and goes to the right. So the Nordica goes to the right. Sean originally made this section of track, and it kind of split off and went this way, and it did a lot of very weird things. There was a lot of cuts. There was a lot of just really, really weird things. I mean, it just, yeah. So I took it, and originally it went here, and you can kind of see where its old alignment went to the right, but I took it all out. So there was track here. It is no more. I said no. Which actually also was kind of funny, because right here, State Route 43 kind of comes along this hill, and it's coming along, and then there's this giant ass like gap, and the road originally is like nope, and takes a hard right. Our tracks came out of a tunnel in a cut, went across this road, and was like, yeah, fucking hill, whoa, build a huge bridge. But the state road was like, no. What's up, Colin? How you doing? But yes, the road also came back over here. It's like, yep, okay, yep, another left turn. All right, we're around that gap that our tracks just went straight across. There's gonna be this huge bridge. There was a wooden trestle back there that Sean had built like ages ago. There's just a wooden trestle still there. Like, I don't know what he was smoking. He wasn't sure what he was smoking. It was a lot of database repair. Oh, that's fun. But the tracks kind of, they came through here. I'm going to take them and do something different. We could actually do that today, because that would be a lot easier than maybe taking the tracks up all the way to Bangor. Because I do kind of want to tackle the Nordica, because the thing with the Nordica is I'm trying to figure out its alignment and where it needs to go. It kind of comes into this yard down here, and a bulk of our traffic is going to be heading this way too, down the Nordica. Also, something else that we have to do, so if you come up this way and leave this end of Farmington Yard, right over here, this is the Farmington secondary. So this is the secondary as it kind of passes through, I want to say this is Fairbanks. Yeah, this is Fairbanks, as it would, you know, imply by the giant word Fairbanks. You should build Philly sub, SMH my head. No. This could be a Philly sub for all you know. I could be building a CSX Philly sub, but disguised as a main fictional railroad. You know, you don't know that. You don't know me. You don't know what I got. I'll show you what I got. But so this is the Farmington secondary. As it's kind of snaking its way through the city of brotherly love hoagie, as it kind of comes along through the mountains of northwestern Maine. We're kind of coming along here. We pass through, this is, I say, New Vineyard. Yep, New Vineyard. This New Vineyard, there's going to be a little, there's something down here. There's an industry, because I remember driving through here on this road, and there was like this big kind of building. It was weird, but there's going to be like a little branch that just kind of comes off to the town, the service, whatever industry's down there. So New Vineyard will get serviced. But we keep pushing along, and we hook right a little bit, and we just make a very gentle right turn. Come across this bridge, and we start getting close to the control points. There's a control point up here. I hate this cut. I hate this cut. What I would have done was had the tracks come more to the left, and then kind of, you know, stay left, and then make its turn. You know, 'cause it's like, you could probably do that just right here. Maybe push back the control point. So here's the control point. Control point starts, has this fuck knuckle of a bridge, which I'm not too keen on the large span. I'm gonna replace the large span just for something a little smaller, like a 250-foot section. I just don't think, you know, this is a little over the top. Control point ends, and then we have another giant ass bridge, which I like it. I'm keeping it. Sean built that. That's just impressive. But we keep pushing on further, and the line splits. So right here, off to the left, we have the North New Portland bypass, or the New Portland bypass. Off to the right is the Farmington secondary. So the Farmington secondary kind of goes down this way through, again, another massive cut, which I'm going to be filling in because I don't like it. And it kind of comes down here, and these are really, you know, shitty grades. It's like a 2.3. I think it stays 2.3 the whole way up. I don't think it gets any steeper. It's just a long, grueling 2.3 through here. It's just really obnoxious. It's really hard, and it's just really obnoxious. So it's a long 2.3, and predominantly we haul gravel trains through here, and it's just can be annoying. Yeah. Hey, J-Pen. How you doing? Yeah, that cut's... I hate that cut. That cut's got to get filled in. And then the track kind of comes down here. This is another one of Sean's kind of creations. But what I'm going to be doing is so if you look at the alignment, you can just make it out. So right here is the secondary. The secondary kind of comes along here, and then it comes into the back side of North Anson Yard. Down here, it's supposed to be the Nordica. So up here you have the secondary, down here you have the main line, and then over here you have the bypass, and then over here you have the other main line. This doesn't make sense. There is no need for this whatsoever. There's no need for the secondary. There's need for the Nordica. You know, what this will actually just become the Farmington secondary. So this is going to link you all the way up to Kingfield, where it hooks into the Bigelow sub up north before you head into Carrabassett. This originally was just to get trains around North Anson. Yeah, basically our control points are passing sidings. You know, this is CP Kingfield. So they're all over the place because we're all just single main. But anyway, so this was to get trains quicker to Farmington without having to go through the big yard in North Anson, because not everything needs to go through our yard in North Anson. So, but as I've started to think about the way the operations go, there's just not a lot of need for these redundant tracks, you know. So this is going to go from being, like I said, the New Portland bypass. This is going to be the This is going to be the secondary to get you to Farmington from Flagstaff Yard and Loch Magentic. Coming up this big hill, so I'm gonna rip this out as well. So this is all gonna get filled in. That cut's gonna get filled back in, and then there's a branch that hooks off down here. Sorry for all the flying around, but this is a lot to go over. Because you know, in my looking at the route and thinking about things, I've determined that there's just too much redundancy. So what we have also going on here, this is the North New Portland branch, which you follow it this way. It has some really fuck-knuckle-like grades. Kind of comes along. There's supposed to be a sawmill back here, which I will retain. There'll still be a sawmill back here. I will put that in. So instead of coming this way, which I think they'll probably... I'll either put the sawmill here or I'll put it over here, which will kind of get rid of this really interesting crossing, which I kind of like. I don't know. I might keep something right here, but the sawmill's going to be like over here. There's going to be a sawmill back here. But there's also a, I believe a silver or copper mine. I believe it's copper. There's a copper mine right here that we gotta I roughed something in. This isn't permanent. So instead, but if you look, so here's the siding, and right over here is the Bigelow sub. This is our main line. This is the main line coming through this way. So, yeah. So we were like, let's see, that's a mile. That's actually less than a mile. That's like 3/4 of a mile. So that's a mile to the main line. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rip all this out all the way back to the yard, which starts over here. This is actually going to become our engine service facility. So it'll be right off the Y, so trains can turn themselves around easier and quicker and whatnot, or face the proper direction if need be. So the yard will still get retained. But the yard will just kind of be these two prongs. So you'll have the Loch Megantic and Flagstaff side of the yard, and then you'll have the Corona, Northern Main Junction, Waterville side of the yard, and then so be it, the Farmington side of the yard if need be. But predominantly, if things are going to Farmington from other places, they're just going to go straight to Farmington. And that's that. So that's everything that I've thought of in the last little bit, everything I need to do. And possibilities are endless. We could start up building over by Northern Main Junction. We could work down here, because I have to figure out how to get... this has to become a Y, because currently speaking, trains coming out of Farmington can only go to North Anson, which I don't know why we did it that way, because we've been working on this route for a while. What needs to happen is the line also needs to curve this way as well, so that way trains can get going towards Waterville and Northern Main Junction and Corona and all the other places. So we could delete some track, we can lay some track down, we could put down the Nordica sub and, you know, see what that's worth. We could, you know, go work in Skowhegan. I mean, really, like I said, the possibilities are endless. So if you guys have anything you want to see me do, I mean, it's going to be a lot of track laying regardless. But if you have any specific areas you want to work in, so you got the Nordica sub, you got ripping out the secondary, and you got Skowhegan, and you got the Abenaki sub that we could work on. So whatever you guys really want to see. So, but there's plenty to do. There's plenty to do, and I should probably be doing a lot less flight simming and a lot more route building, but neither here nor there. Let's see. I've been working a lot on the Abenaki sub, so rip it up. Alright, well, we're going to go rip some track up, since it's the only thing I get going. So we're going to go rip out the track. So we're going to start here, and we're actually going to work our way over. Oh, wow, thanks, Jack. So yeah, we're going to say goodbye to the secondary. So I'm going to come back through the best I can and fill in these obnoxious cuts. I should be able to get some of this back to its original look. Like, originally, what I would have done was taken the track more on the outside and then kind of make the turn in. I mean, I know the turns would probably been a little more tighter. You probably would have had a little bit of a cut, especially try to keep the track balanced on the side of the hill. But no, that cut has always bothered me. I just think it's too large for the region. You just don't see cuts like that. This bridge is always a nightmare because you were going down Pacific expansion vibes. Because you would come down this real steep grade, come across the bridge, and so you're trying to slow the train down because this would be like a gravel. Yeah, we send our gravel trains up our steepest grades. So you'd be trying to get the train to slow down, and no sooner you get it woed down, you're going up this 2.3, 2.4. I think it's like a 2.6 at some point. So you're trying to get the train woed up, and it's a nightmare. Trains stall all the time up on this section. It's really fun. Like, it was really fun to try to get the trains to come up through here. It was just really obnoxious. This section with the river, there was a lot about these sections of track that always bothered me. It's a free load test. You're not wrong. There was always a lot about the secondary and the line to Farmington that always bothered me. Like, both lines to Farmington were always just obnoxious. They were always just really difficult. The grades and the cuts and the way the track went, just not the best. Sean is a fantastic route builder, but we both have our particular strengths. I'm not a fan of large cuts and fills. Sean is, and that's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I just think that we have two different styles of builds, and we shit on each other about it sometimes, but you know, Sean can build fantastic yards, and a lot of his track building isn't bad. It's just he's working with some very shitty terrain, and he's just trying his damn best. And I'm just super, super picky. Probably also should have kept some of the track so I could see. So here comes the real fun part, trying to get the terrain to fill back in some to erase any evidence that we had railroad tracks here, or that we, you know, guffed the terrain up for a cut. I mean, most of it's going to get covered, or most of this is probably going to end up getting deleted at some point, because we don't need parts of the dem. You know, we're not modeling the entire dem. You know, we have like 9,000 baseboards currently, or something like that. Something ridiculous like that. So we don't need all the dem. But for right now, it's, you know, I'm trying to erase any evidence of where the tracks would have been, where they would have gone, where they would have cut across. You know, this is kind of the difficult part. He's trying to make Ohio's yard in the Maine fashion, basically. Actually, I didn't build all of that yard, but I built a small portion of it back there. So that's not entirely Sean. That was partially some of mine. This right here is just, I think actually he was trying to raise the train up because of the river, but I think the river's actually lower. I don't know what's going on here. Just very confused about what is actually going on here. Par for the course, really, if you're, you know, for people who know me just being confused in general. So let's see here. Get this track deleted. This little branch was a nightmare, because it's only meant for locals and stuff like that. In order to get a local up here, you gotta have like 17 engines to get up the damn grade. So it's I was watching something on cruise ships going through the fjords of Norway. Which is very fitting for the music I'm listening to. So, which I hope that's not too oppressive for y'all. But yeah, the grades in this little branch are just really shitty. It's like, I can understand why there's not a railroad here. Or why there, you know, never was a railroad here, or what have you. But so see that thing like that? Should be good. Anyways, so a lot of this route is, you know, and why it takes so long is just trial and error. And the more we go on, the more we realize, oh crap, we should have done this, or oh crap, we should have done that. So we go back while we have time. And it's a big reason why there isn't a lot of detail in the Carrabassett, is because, you know, we're still fleshing out a lot of the project. You know, we bit off way more than we could chew. I know that. I will never, ever do a route this large again. But, you know. Oh, hey Chris, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome into Carrabassett, I believe it is. Norwegian's a little rusty. I haven't done my lessons lately. Duolingo is coming. I don't know when he's coming to murder me, but I'm gonna do my lessons. Actually, I gotta really jot down the words I've learned and practice them more. Anyways, neither here nor there. Anyways, pretty wicked. It is snowing to beat the band outside right now. We're getting a nor'easter. It's got another 10 hours to go of snow, I believe it is. They said about 1 a.m. it's going to taper off. The grass is becoming covered, so it is accumulating. It was really huge snowflakes earlier. They're kind of still pretty large, actually, so I'm expecting to go out at some point this evening and shovel. So, but Maine is, this part of Maine's getting its first notable snowfall of the season. It's teased us every now and again with some snow, but no, it's snowing now. So I'm slightly annoyed, but I live in this part of Maine, so I live in Maine, so it's like being in Norway and being upset when the sun doesn't come up for like half the year. Ah, man, the sun. Ah, Jesus. Like, can't believe it's not coming up. I hate it here. Well, yeah, that's gotta suck, but, almost at the peak of this mountain. Wow. Almost climbed a mountain. Carrabassett style. Where's my railroad? There it is. Let's cover back in. I will take that back out. Aren't you doing the Mountain Division, JPen, if you're still watching? I was gonna say, I could have swore I was watching your channel and you were doing the Main Central Mountain Division up in Conway, if I'm recalling correctly. If you are still watching, I don't live terribly far from that, and I have flown over that a couple of times. Like, I have a good video of me flying through Crawford Notch with my stepdad. I can possibly send that to you if you want, to maybe help you recreate it. If you're not from the area. If you're from the area, then never mind, I'll shut my trap. But, I say, I could have swore he was working on it, because I think I just subscribed to him. Because I was watching his other one, the Grafton in Atlantic? I forget. Much like names of people, I am very, very bad at remembering things sometimes. But once I get it in my head, it's stuck there. I think it's the Grafton Atlantic, but yeah, I remember he was working on the Mountain Division. I'm like, oh man, that was a route. There was a few routes that when I was deciding a project to do, like all those years ago, before I met Sean, before there was even a Carrabassett, back when I was still hand building this route on the first version, and I was planning on making it just a small Virginia fictional for coal mining. Originally, I had planned on doing a Monon route, because I lived out in Indiana for a little while, and I remember there being a lot of stuff about the Monon still up and about over there. And then, I was living in Illinois and stuff like that, and of course Monon didn't run to Illinois. Well, it ran to Chicago, which is Illinois, but regardless, so I was planning on doing a Monon route back then. Like I was really dead set on doing a Monon route, but I realized there wasn't a lot of content for Monon. And I'm like, well, I'm not really a big name and stuff like that, and I can't guarantee like I'm ever gonna find content. Oh Jesus, it's Parrot. It's freaking Parrot, Jesus. Well, I guess that's gonna be it for today's live stream. we're gonna head out now because Parrot freaking showed up. What a guy. Can't believe the audacity. Him just to show up. Unannounced, uninvited. Even though I put a link in shameless self-promotion. Like, but no, I was planning, I wanted to do a Monon route way back. And then on top, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, wait, why don't I do something closer to home? Because, yeah, I lived in West Lafayette, but I was only there for like the summer. One of my mom's very short-lived relationships. So we moved out to West Lafayette and got really immersed in their life and whatnot. But yeah, that was not to be. But anyways, but I was thinking about when I was in Illinois. I'm like, man, I really want to do something from home. Like I want to do a route that's that's home. That's home. That's gonna help me be okay with not being there right now. And then I started looking and I found articles about the Mountain Division. I started looking more into the Mountain Division, and originally I was like, I'll build it and stuff like that. But I'm like, wait, I can't. you know, I don't want to. I'm not really good at building mountains and stuff like that, and that's not really easy. And then somehow I settled for the Carrabassett, doing a fictional in the Carrabassett, which, you know, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's a, you know, if I turn that draw distance all the way up, if my computer doesn't die in the process. Oh, I think I killed trains. Oh, nope. Yeah, there's kind of mountains everywhere. Joke's on you, this was my recommended. Oh, that's... Okay, so you were announced, you were brought in uninvited. Wow, what a guy. So yeah, but I opted to do a fictional in Maine, and I chose the Carrabassett. I was looking for a place where it didn't already run, and well, this is where I ended up, so... Let me turn this down some. There we go. Like I said, I don't know if this part of the demo will be on the route when we release it. Probably not. It's just a little too far away from the current trackage. You know, you got a mountain separating it and whatnot, so I'm sure we'll get to the peak of the mountain, but after that, this is going to be ripped out. But, you know, just for now, while I have the whole demo put together, it's going to be two versions. I'm going to have my end, and I'm going to... Oh, thanks, Parrot. I'll have the version that you guys get, which will probably just include all the demo. Yeah, so... Back up a touch. So actually, it's a little bit of both. So let me give you a quick little overview. So there are sections where there are actually track, like down here in, this is actual track down here. It's not, it does not look like this. We've kind of amplified it, but this is the old Maine Central, I think the Madison branch. Goes up to Madison, Maine. There's a paper mill here. This bridge is actually here. The tracks kind of go up through here, and then it goes up through North Anson and onward to Salon and further north and whatnot. But the tracks are abandoned. And so it runs further south along here, alongside the Kennebec through Norwich Walk. And this line right here, this is the current trackage. We fictionally branched off to the left and made this our little whatever over here. Alternatively, we go down to Waterville, where Pan Am currently has their yard right here. So we also have that. We're utilizing this track right here that goes up to a paper mill as our own. And then on top of that, we also meet up with Pan Am and CMQR or CP or CSX or whomever the hell here in Northern Maine Junction. We also meet with CP up in Lac Megantic, but most of the track is actually fictional, and we're following old right-of-ways of the Sandy River Rangeley Lake. So it's a weird mixture of it all. Where was I? I was over here, I believe. Parrot joins my train crashes. The thing is, the whole Pan Am CSX purchase, merger, buyout, whatever you want to call it, it's not finalized because Norfolk Southern is protesting it because the whole Pan Am Southern. So CSX doesn't own shit yet. Yeah, I don't know where the hell I was. So the tracks came this way, roughly, which I can kind of tell where I was. Roughly over here. Yep. So yeah, there's a lot of just you know, there are a bunch of places where there was never tracks. There was a bunch of places where there were tracks. There's a bunch of places where there currently still is tracks, but they're abandoned. And there's a bunch of places where there are tracks and they are currently still used, but they've been repurposed. So it's really a hodgepodge of just everything under the sun. It's just particularly this is Pan Am country or Maine Central country. Ugh, look at it snow. It's just gonna keep on snowing. I'm just hoping I don't gotta go out and shovel till later. I mean, for all I know, they're calling for a foot, 3 inches could fall because, they can't predict the weather. And not surprising that NS would put us against CS6. Well, the thing is, like I said, so NS has that partnership or business venture or whatever you want to call it, but they have the Pan Am Southern system, which runs, I think, to air? I forget where it goes, but I know it's down in Massachusetts, and that's kind of NS's way into the region. That's kind of NS's really only gateway into the region, because predominantly it's all CSX. So if I'm just, giving my own opinion, what I think is going to happen, with NS just dumping boatloads of money into protesting it, what's probably going to get said about it is it's forming, this music. I'm glad you like it, Chris. Quick say from out downtown module, I'm probably going to make a Chicago Odyssey. Yes! Mal was showing us the route last night in the Power Car, or the 1% Lounge in Approach Medium server, and it is just absolutely insane. I mean, it is insane the level of detail he's throwing into it. I mean, he is a damn good route builder. Like, I see all these people route, but like I see, people in Approach Medium. I see Parrot, I see Moose, I see Mal, J-Class. I mean, even Flucy 737 from the back shops, and I forget Lincolning is his name over in Joe's server, or the Approach Medium server. He's a phenomenal route builder. Like, I see all these route builders, and I'm like, man, I suck. I suck. I think the only really work I have to show of detail on here is all the way up north in a small town that I'm actually in the middle of reconstructing, which I might do this week. Might finish this up, because I was in the middle of rebuilding this little town. But yeah, this is like my only real big work of detail is, this little itty bitty town up here. But yeah, this is all the only detail I got to show for, and it's not even done. Howdy, trains, man. How long is it? I don't believe it's very long. I mean, it's a module. I don't know that bit of information off the top of my head. I think that'd be something you'd have to ask him. I have lost my right of way. Alright, so there's East New Portland. There's the big fuck knuckle. So that's where we go. We come here. Kind of awkwardly would end up down here. Somewhere in this general region. Yep. You can see it. All this weird little whatever. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I, really want to get going on a lot of the detailing. It's just, it's like, it's just so much to do. Like, I spent a day once building, actually I think on live stream, I built this on live stream, the dairy processing facility, which, I think it's easy for me to shit on my own work, which actually I gotta take out all these splines, and I gotta do more, some of the downtown asphalt textures, which would kind of eliminate all this clutter, which would be nice. So I gotta go back through here and edit this some, and that's really my only really areas of detail on such an expansive route. Something just hit my house. It was nothing important. Alright, so that's the Nordicus, or the bypass, no, not the bypass, the secondary deleted. So all traces of it should be kind of gone. Major visible traces of it should be gone, so Secondary is no more, so now we do not have a way into farm. Well, actually, we have one way into Farmington still. What we could probably do now is work on the Nordica. So the Nordica sub kind of comes up this way, and then yeah, we need to get it from here, and it's not very long. I think it's like 20 miles or so. It's a very short little hop. But we need to get it at least over to here. Then I need to work on this junction here, because there's going to be another bridge that goes off to the right. So I need to get that all figured out, and then however the hell the tracks are going to work. So are you kidding me? Washoe Valley is like 27% complete? Well, I feel a little better now, but god, it's only 20% complete. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to this end of the line. And we're going to get the track. This is a 1.89. That's only a 1.89. Wow. Alright. So it meanders a lot, which I kind of want to avoid more of this little meandering bullshit they got going on here. There's a road here, which we'll have to put a bridge over. Makes him feel any better. I tried a 300 some odd mile route for my first route project. Chris, what do you think I'm doing? This route is now like 300 miles. That's only for 98 miles of WBRR. Jeez. Well, working on this forever. And not nearly 200 miles of SP on that route. Jesus. A lot of texture. All NSCN and CSX. Alright, so let's get this going. I want to keep it off the road. Just want to have it curve a little bit. As such, that curve, it looks retarded, so here. Probably take you as such. That curve isn't as stupid as I want it to be. So there'll be a crossing right here, so that's fine. My phone is blowing up suddenly. No, I guess to say it's a little bit dim. So let's see here. What is going on ahead? So up here looks like we have possibly a neighborhood? Well, I don't know what's right here, but they're gonna screw them. So actually, don't screw them. If I go right, I'm gonna have to increase the grade, aren't I? So what is gonna happen if I... That's a lake. That's a lake. Okay. Alright, so... Perfect. Alright. Yeah, and that's kind of obnoxious terrain right all around the lake. Yeah, that's really obnoxious. I can see why there's a lake here. Okay. This makes sense. Yep. I can exactly tell you why there's a lake here. Not enough drainage. So what's going to happen is we're going to come here, and then we're probably going to need to pass off the backside of this town. I would like to aim right for here. That's a hill. I'd like to aim right for here. Head towards that gap. Ooh. Okay. That's by Bowen Mills. So that's Allen's Mills, that's Bowen Mills. So if we could just kind of split the two and come up by Goodrich Mills. Or no, wait, that's Goodrich Corner. So Bowen Mills, Allen Mills, Goodrich Corner. We could just come in between the couple. Sanborn, New Hampshire to Crawford. Thing's long enough for me. Shit. Yeah, the dem does start adding up after a while. I don't think I need to climb anymore, so we can probably actually. We'll probably reduce that to a 0.5. There's a snowplow again. Sure, I really don't think I need to. Yeah, I don't need to grade through here. We can stop. Stop. Perfect. Beautiful. Alright, what level are you at? This is 22, 221, 31? Make you 221, 8, just for good measure, so it doesn't abruptly just end. Straighten you out. Leaves you. It's still gonna put a fill. So if I were to drag this more here, trying to avoid obnoxious fills. Alright. I have a small cut. Speak to me, how do I want to do this? Wait, where are you? Oh wait. Now I'm confused. Erg. That'll be fine. What are you? You are a 9. Let's make you that way. 2181. That should be fine. Let's see. Oh yes, I like that. You know, stuff's gonna get trapped right here. This is perfect. And there'll be a small little cut through here. Oh, this is gonna be perfect. Get off this. Oh god. Jesus. Ugh. I don't like that, but how tall is it? That is roughly about 35 feet. That's a giant fill. I do not like that. Alright, so that's just a 1.89 the whole way out. When it probably could have been shallower. To not produce such a large, like, you know, probably have a little fill here to try to avoid cutting too much in here. But I think this was all unnecessary. Though we'd have an obnoxious 2% grade trying to get up to here. Don't know. All I can say is I don't like the fill. It is not making me very happy. So what's the grade through here? What? Okay. So that's a 2.2. Probably could shallow it out to a... We'll do the 1.8. Start the 1.8 here. Oh, I just made this steeper for whatever fucking reason, because, you know, trains. Alright, so even with a 1.89, we still get that. So what are you now? You're a 1.46. Perfect. Stay that way. Okay. 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 Yeah. Now if we go to a 1.8 again through here, we'll do that. So let's do just maybe that long, stupid grade. Aha! And then this is now a 2.32 that levels itself back into a 1.52. But I get the feeling it's probably not 2.32. It's probably like a 47% grade because trains works. That would at least reduce that down to. I still don't like the height of this, but it should be fine. Yeah, well, I think I'm gonna have to live with the fact that there's a fill there that's a little obnoxious, but this right here. Yeah, I get that bad feeling that's not gonna be a easy 2%. What are you now? You are a 1.64. As long as that's what you say you are. Again, tame. I feel like weird being one of like 4 people doing stuff for a specific railroad, not even a fictional. Well, explain. How so? Alright, so we managed to get that. Are you kidding me? Alright, well, looks like we're heading downhill now. Try a 1.7. Okay, no, hold on, change. Minus. No, wait. Minus, there we go. Okay. So there's going to be a bit of a fill there, which I'm going to have to live with. I'm going to have to be okay with. We'll be fine. It's going to die yet. I guess it's because I'm basically doing everything and making spells. Tires, launches for them. It's the wheeling. The wheeling. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Alright, now I get this bad feeling I'm gonna need to make this a lot steeper. So we'll just do, there we go. Perfect. Get a 2.3 and see what that does us. That did not do much. That did not do anything. Okay. I think what the course of action is going to be continue that curve, maybe bridge or something. Maybe that, or start this down a lot earlier and then do a cut. That didn't help me at all. Yeah, that didn't help me at all. Scheiße. So what I could do is a slow corner. I could just keep that corner going over all the way through. Let's try that, see where that gets me. Now I'll just do a small bridge or something. Don't like that in particular. A little further. Much better. Extend that to like that. Oh, that's a bill. God. Take a little longer. Means we change between grades, so they are set the rest of the track. Show the actual connection back. Yeah, I gotta go back and do that. Usually it's not too terribly bad, but there are some sections where it's like, it says it's a 2.3, but I'm going up a 4. These damn hills. I have to point more that way, I believe. Yeah, I'm about to point this more that way. That just makes this a obnoxiously steep grade, which I don't think is correct. Worst thing I've done all day to the railroad. What did that save me? Like 13 more feet? Not even like a foot. A meter? I don't know. Well, I think regardless, there's gonna be a bridge here of some kind. Gonna hate. What else could I do? What I could do is instead of going that way, I could just. That's above us. So I could curve a lot sooner. Heading that way. Make her a grand old bridge. Yeah, it's bridge time. So I think we'll have this fill some kind. Do that. That's fine. What are you? You're. Yeah. I'm just gonna. Boopity-boop. Yep, cool. Great. Alright. Now, I don't want an overhead, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of these. Fine. Take that dude. We're gonna bridge the gap. Bridge the gap. Something. English. There we go. Now the question is, are you straight? No. I made it worse. Wow. That's good. Oh, look, it's pre-caching. Ah. I'm elated. God, just come on. You've been running for over an hour now. Sometimes. Gotta love it, gotta love it, gotta love it. Same with the WE bridges in PA. Actually, while I'm thinking of it, that bridge up here that Sean built, I gotta... Where is it? It should be right here. Gotta replace that span. I do not like I like the bridge, I like the feel of it, I just don't think it particularly belongs in the mountains. Like, I think a couple of these smaller sections would probably fit a lot better, like some of these sections, but I don't think this long section belongs. Because I think Sean also has it down here. Across the road. Now see, look, he has some of these smaller spans. I don't particularly care for the large span. What are you pre-caching still? Overlake. What are you? Industry. West Mills. Goodrich Corner. Oh, thank God. Evens. Road's starting to get slushy. I should bring my flag in off the corner so plow don't get it dirty. Y-Z, spy R. Measure this out. So this is roughly from point to point. .891 feet. So I want to put it in the middle, just for good measure. Perfect. And I want to go about let's say it's about 400. Actually, let's see here. So to make sure I have the precise measurement, so it's 891.6 feet. 890, that's 5. 891.6 divided by 2. It's 445 feet. Half of that, let's see, so here's the halfway point. I'm gonna go the other way. It's just a rough, you know, measurement. It's nothing precise, but yeah, I mean, there's some inherent inaccuracies, but you get the idea. It's, you know, it's there. Alright, I believe that should work. I need the up. Okay, nope, that's not gonna work either, so maybe level. Maybe. Wait and see. Alright, but that's roughly the bridge there. I'll do more work with it a little bit later. So we continue down. Nope. How about you stay straight? Thank you. Aha! We have hit the ground. That's also not straight. No. 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 Wow. So we can, well, it's gonna come through the hill a little bit, so. Actually, it might, yeah, we could probably shallow out the grade some, so we'll go to 1 point. We'll try 1.5, see what that does for us. Doesn't any more favors. There. What we can probably do is we'll keep a bit of a fill coming through, especially this wetland. This looks like a small bog of some kind. It comes into Bowen Mills. There's some power lines right here, so what we're going to do is we're going to come through. And when we get to the other side, we're going to start hooking left. So, or kind of a shallow left. I kind of want to follow directly along the grid here. Because I know right about here is that obnoxious, is that the obnoxious? No, up here's the obnoxious hill. So right about here, we need to start kind of turning back in. Because I want to be north of Whiteham Corner, but south of Starks. Starks are going to put some industry in, but kind of come right between the two. And I'm going to try to cross up here somewhere so we can be north. But yeah, so one of the hard parts is done. Let's see how bad of a cut that is. Oh, that's not bad at all. Oh, that's not bad at all. That's beautiful. Perfect. Alright, so we're down the hill. We made it down the hill. You guys messaged me so much. I had like 11 pings. Hold on, I'm gonna check the message real quick. Sorry, just following up on some stuff. Alright. So I just had some something to check in on real quick. So we'll drag this out as straight as we can possibly go. Actually go here. So this sits at a roughly 17448. We'll just kind of go. Oh. Oh god. No one told me it was still going downhill. So guess what we get to do? Go down a bigger hill. Great. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Alright, so actually take that down to 1.7. Actually make it a 1.75, roughly. I need to kind of not just ass pack the ground when I get there. So I need to turn in roughly here. What did I see up ahead? Whose idea was it to build this damn railroad? Really? God. myself some days. That's gonna be too big, so we're gonna go over here. Sure. Just lower you down by like 2. 7, 2, 8. 2. Okay. Former Southwest worker. No longer there. So I guess we'll kind of just, I don't like that corner. I do not like that corner. I don't like that corner at all. It's just too tight. I mean, not like the trains are going to be blowing through here at 37 miles an hour, but that's not fast. But, you know, you get my point. The trains aren't going to be rolling through here at a really high rate of speed, but at the same point, I'd like to make sure that these corners are a little shallower. What if Pine Creek was a main interchange with the Carrabassett? I mean, we could most certainly do that. I can't guarantee where the fuck I'm gonna put it, but, you know, hey, whatever. Alright, so... Why? Actually, wait a second. If I maintain this trajectory... Okay, maybe not like that. But if I maintain this trajectory and level it off at the gap and just poop across, maybe curve the bridge, I think we could just ride the side of the hill. Yeah, I say, I think it did lose the feel of Kentucky. Oh, my back. Alright, well, we push on. Or we just push Sean for allowing me to build such a stupid railroad. I should have just done the Alabama Southeastern with him. Alright, so that's gonna put me into the earth, so that's fine. Go 2. Try to get this all set up. Okay. And from there, if I were to take a bridge, what are you gonna do with the bridge? Well, I'm gonna go across this gap. You could do that if you want, but I can't guarantee it's gonna work out for you. It'll work. Trust me. Well, we've trusted you before. Okay. So what we're not going to do is trust you ever again. Yeah, you're probably right. Probably right. I know I'm right. I know I'm right. Okay. Now what are you going to do? Well, I don't know. I'm probably going to cry. It's a good call. Good call. You take the bridge. Yeah, perfect left. Well, that's an idea. Now, why is the bridge on the floor? Okay, you know, I don't know. I just work here. Why is it over there? What good does this do anyone? Toby is alright. He's sleeping. He got sick. Although he did, toss his cookies into the full bathroom sink, which I usually leave for him to drink water out of, so... Yeah, was the easiest cleanup I've ever had to do, so... But no, he's just sleeping now, just resting. No, I just overate or something. Toasters is good. Oh, yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, I figured since it's in the hill. Yeah. Oof, and that's not a nice cut. I mean, it's a cut. You could do it. You could get away with it. I know I could get away with it. I just don't really want to do it. Yeah. I mean, you could always make a grade. Is that what you're gonna say? I mean, you could. Right, well, what does this go up at? No. So what we are gonna do, however, ding. And let me see, 1.5. Okay, so that still gets us in a hill. Okay, but how badly in a hill? Well, we're in a hill, I know, but that's not bad. Okay, well, it's not. How about this little gap over here? Well, we haven't gotten there yet. Probably gonna put a small bridge here, just because, my aunt is making lasagna tonight. That's gonna get me in a hill still. Alright, well, how about 1.9? Yeah. Yep, did nothing. Okay, yep. I told you it was gonna do nothing. Not bad. Well, that looks pretty below the surface to me. Wow, I mean, pretty below the surface is just a relative term. Alright, okay. How about that? Alright, having lasagna now. So I'll probably have to go probably closer to 5 o'clock, so another hour or so. Oh, yep, see, look at that. Yeah. So a little bit of jaunting around. What about this section? Well, I said I'm making a bridge. You did, but you're still just sitting here doing nothing. Well, okay, we can't rush perfection. Is that what we're calling it? Yeah, that's what we're calling it. Alright, yep. And I've been texting since the day when I used to have the little flip phone and you had to like hit the number like 3 or 4 times just to get a single letter. So you had to learn how to text fast and whatnot, so it's just translated over into modern day. So, oh, that's still a bridge. Look what you do. You're not even paying attention. You're trying to brag. Well, I'm just... Shut up. Do you realize that your inner monologue is now your outer monologue? Well, yes, but I'm assuming it makes for some interesting, content, because these people already know I'm crazy, so, yes, but You look weird. Well, you're me too, so just saying. Shut up. Now what you could do, okay, is you could take it and do follow the middle of the grid directly like you wanted to. I could, yes. Do I hear texting Boomer? I'm not even that old. How old do you think I am? Ah, look at that corner. Ah, beautiful. Good for 60. So I get the feeling if you follow this grade, you're gonna have to steep it, the grade. You know, you have good ideas for like 5 minutes, and then they suck. Okay, well, we're gonna try. No, you're gonna be in a hit. You're gonna be in the hill. I mean, look at that. You're digging yourself into the hill. Well, I don't see you attempting to give any better solutions. What if we make it steeper? If you make it steeper. Okay, fine. I'll make it steeper. Sean's gonna kill you. Oh, I know. He's already gonna want to shoot me later on. Then I deleted the Nordica. You're still gonna end up in the hill. Okay, well, what if we have a tunnel? Ooh, tunnel. See? It's a good idea. We could afford a tunnel. Yeah, but do you really want one? Well, again, do you have any better solutions? No. Okay, that's what I thought. So we're gonna have a tunnel. Where's it gonna start? Right here. I don't know. Roughly here-ish. It's gotta dig in the hill a little more, so may as well as, you know, stop climbing like a mother. Actually, we could probably just shallow out the grade here, make this a 1.55. Oh, Jesus, what'd you do? Yeah. Alright, so get your tunnel out. Okay, well, I don't know which tunnel I'm using. Difficult all day, aren't you? Just most of it. Carrabassett isn't bankrupt unlike Penn Central, so we can afford dozens of tunnels. I mean, whether we're bankrupt or not, we still need these tunnels, so... See, look, there's your tunnel. Oh shit, where am I? Tell me. Following the road too closely again. Yeah, you're too far north there, Chief. Well, how do you reckon? Well, because you're going to get on the other side of this hill, and then you're going to have to go across what they call this gorge, which you were trying to avoid earlier. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to exit the tunnel, okay? And after you get out of the tunnel, you're going to have to curve right. I could do that. Well, you're going to have to do that, otherwise you're going to be screwed. Well, I mean, you know, it happens. Well, it doesn't happen because you're an idiot. Wow. Feel better about yourself insulting me like that? This is gonna be obnoxious. So let's just see where this, in theory, would pop out. I also think it's curving. I think that's relatively straight. Well, it's certainly going over something. 196 will make it 92, just so way it's not a bitch. Alright, this button. Ah, perfect. So I can pop out, in theory, right about hither. That could work. So how long is that tunnel now? Long enough, Sean might shoot you. Ah, it's fine. So it starts like right... That's not even a mile. It's like half a mile. Just started snowing down here in Boston. How many inches do you have? I'm on the coast. I'm up in like Saco. So I know my stepdad, he's up in Waterboro, Maine. He said it's been snowing all day. I think he said they already, like, the dock's covered. So I think he's got, oh, look at them snowflakes. It's fucking huge. I was gonna say the ground is covered. Like, my lawn's almost buried. So I'm gonna say we probably have about a dusting to an inch. We're expecting 8 to a foot. So yeah, we're expecting 8 to a foot up here. So it's going to be an interesting evening because it's just getting going. It's pretty. It's really pretty. I did miss the snow, actually. Like, I was kind of salty at first, like, no! But now that it's actually snowing, I'm kind of happy. Just a little something different. Now, like, 30 storms in, I'm gonna be like, motherfucker, it's still fucking... But... you know how it is. Okay, so... that's not straight at all, probably. Ha! Not even close. That actually curves the tunnel. Actually, what if I just go... straighten that out? And I were to set that. Perfect. Not be so zoomed in. Alright. Oh, look what you did. Look at that. That's great. I told you. Okay, hold on a second. That is going downhill. Over here. Ah, perfect. Sometimes just need a helping hand. Alright, so a little bit downhill, so at least tunnel drains. Alright, so I have tunneled. Try to avoid tunnels where I can, but you know. Saco, huh? Yes, K-Master, Saco. Would you like to come up here and get a lobster roll with me sometime? And the only question is how hard is it going to be to get down there? I'm sorry, how what? How hard? Hard? Yes, hard. You know there's an R in that word, bro. Okay. Hello. No, it's Sean. I thought it was a woman. Damn it. Can confirm main route is better than coat. I'm glad you feel that way. And lobster does sound pretty good right now, but I'm having my ounce lasagna probably about 5 o'clock. Shed just texted me about 15 minutes beforehand, so at some point I might abruptly go, crap, and I gotta leave. Oh god, this is gonna be a nightmare. If I'm already... what you might have to do. Alright, well, you and your suggestions can shove it right now. Well, fine. That's how you really feel. Oh, hell. I just started even earlier out of tunnel. I had that feeling. This is how it was gonna go. Hold on. Hold on. you're gonna have to bring it down. Ugh. I don't like that. That's, well, that's, don't tell you. Either that or go over a large gap. Hey, Jaden, do you remember when you were building a railroad out of Saco or something? It was like 3 to 4 years ago, and those were the first streams of yours I attended. Yes, it was the Hyde subdivision. It was amongst one of my first live streams that I did in the trains world. I had... I remember that route because I had made this little, like, urban street running dock front scene. And there was a big hill that ran down to that area, and that hill was like on an 8.12% grade. Alright, Colin, well, thank you for joining us, and you have a great evening. I will hopefully talk to you. I'll hopefully get to stream with you guys one more time in the next week or so. So, take care. But yeah, it was like a negative. It was like an 8.12% grade because I hadn't quite figured out how trains work. Because that was like one of the first routes that I was working in. That was a bit of a mess. I actually wonder if I have that route somewhere still. Actually, I don't think... so it's on my laptop, I know that, because my laptop still has a lot of my old trains routes. I wish I had my first route that I had created. Because there was a route that I had created some time ago called the Legacy Sub. And that was really nice. Like, obviously compared to now, it's not some of my best work. But in, you know, the grand scheme of things, it was pretty nice. Like, it wasn't a bad route. Christ. Minus 2.6 coming down the hill. I mean, that is just... I probably could have made the tunnel a little... Well, no, because it'd still be... Yeah. Like, if I was just to place track coming down the side of this hill. That's a... Well, that's a two... Oh. Yeah, but still. Like, that's just... That's a great... That's gonna be a fill. Well, it is what it is, I suppose. That's gonna be a deep fill. Yeah, it's about 40 feet tall, so it's big, but I don't know what's considered a large fill and what's not considered a large fill, so. Alright, so, and the road starts turning, so alright, so we passed the big gorge, we patched the big gorge. This is the gorge. Like, it used to be track, and it was like hundreds of feet in the air. It was really up there because it came level right about here. It was level right here because you can actually see where the cut used to be. But it was level right here, and it just jumped right out. And it was tall. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, how the fuck are we gonna get over this? There's just no way. So. Here I am doing this. Minus 2.6, so. Carrabassett Valley, home of steep grades. Oh, hell. tells me I should have done a super bendy through here. I'll try that. My only problem is just wondering how low it's going to be. So what I could do is curve it a little bit. Which actually bring this all back. That's what I could do. Reduce the grade to minus 1.5, I suppose. That height, I just put the bridge in there. Surely we should take a large fill. Whereabouts? Like through here? I could put a bridge through here. Like back here, I'm definitely putting the bridge because it just needs to be a bridge here. So the question is, which way do I want it to go? Do I want it to curve? Ooh. Yeah, that's steep. Long ass bridge. I don't like any of this. Alternatively, I could just. It's this stupid gorge that I'm trying to figure out how to cross it. And I don't know if a large bridge like this is the correct call, or it's just too obnoxiously huge, or what the case is. Okay. 1 second. Should be good on that front. So, no, power just kind of flickered. So, guess what we're gonna do? Guess what we're gonna do? Not remembering that there's a storm outside. Yeah. It's just kind of dimmed and did all their diddly-do, so yeah, probably about time to make sure that that is saved. So alright, perfect. Yeah, so the area in reference. Alright, have a good afternoon, tradesman. So, I'm guessing the area in reference back here would be this area for a bridge. I mean, I could put a bridge there. It's just, you know. I think I'm gonna reduce the area of bridge by a touch. This is just a monster. It is certainly something. And this is the struggle of the Carrabassett, really, is these bridges. This is long 2.6. Raise this up some. Make this a 2.1. So that'd be fine. Should be fine. We'll do this. Now this is gonna be a monster. How long is this bridge? So this bridge currently spans roughly. Honestly, I just don't think it's tall enough to warrant putting a bridge in there. So, because like I remember an area that it's an old Boston main right away that's now a trail because it's been abandoned since like the 1920s. But there's like a really tall fill going through this area, and it's like easily a 50-foot drop, like easily, if not 40. Like it's tall, 1,476.5 feet. That's not bad. There are runway like this is shorter than most like any runway. Like there are very few airplane runways that are longer than that. But if that fill long, that fill well, the existing height is really more accessible width. Yeah, I can't do much about the width. Unless I change the grid to 5 meter, like I will go back. I probably will come back through here and change it. Like I might use some of those fill splines. Yeah, it is a little wide, so I probably will come back through here and I'll change that. I'll put that down in my notes to come readjust. So let's see, hold on a second. So roughly here is the middle. I think I'm gonna have 2 subspans. So that there. Yeah, I'm gonna use a fill spline. Half of 1476.5 will be. Let's see, 1476.5 divided by 2 equals 738.25. Half of that is 369.1. So from the same location of here, so 369.1 feet. My lights keep dimming, which leads me to believe that with the storm, everything is struggling. So if I just disappear, you know, I probably lost power. So if that's the case, then yeah, I don't know what to tell you guys at that point, so. Or would the section be too long? Because what I could do is move this back to be half. I don't know. 369 feet with no pillar. That might be too long. Because what I could do is throw another one in right here. Then possible right about I think here. Roughly. Alternatively. Shit. And alternatively. I'm looking at the chat again. I'll drop the example of AM service in places. Check AM prototype chatter. Okay, 1 second. AM prototype. I can figure out what the fuck it is. Prototype. Oh. Okay. That's a wooden trestle, though. Well, trestle was later filled in, so... yeah, it's pretty tall. If they filled in that gap, but yeah, I feel a little better then. Okay. Well, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, I will go back through with a, because I've recently started using the fill splines with Jack on a little project me and him are just kind of goofing off on Pine Creek. That was kind of my first run with them. I never actually used the fill spline before that, so I think I'm going to be definitely using those more as time kind of rolls along. So yeah, I'll be doing that. But yeah, I will go back through. Not tonight, because I'm trying to get. I'm gonna get the track stretched out to where I need it. I'll go from there. But this being, because it looks like I think there's a creek or some sort of like little body of water that runs through here that I can just roughly make out that ends up in the Sandy River. Because I remember looking at that, because this large gorge, I think there was a stream that ran just through here. So you can just kind of see it a little bit through here, like these wetlands. So I remember that was why we wanted to retain the gap, or the bridge, or our bridge in general. Why am I going up? Oh hell. There we go. Looks like I have another small goddamn hill to get over there. Anywhere it was practical to fill in a bridge threshold, railroad usually didn't. Okay. Yeah, I've always been, there's like areas where I look at it, I'm like, you know, would there be a fill? Would there be a bridge?
And I've kind of just, you know, just using my own just kind of rule of judgment, like, yeah, I guess there could be a bridge here, or oh, I guess there could be a fill here, but... Alright, so, let's see what I'm doing here. So, I need to start turning. So that's probably what we're going to do here, is we're probably going to turn, and we're probably going to bridge a gap here. There's another kind of small little creek of some sort is in there, because I believe that's where these bodies of water pool. Usually a choke point regardless of construction. Yeah. A second. Good news is I probably don't need that big ass grade anymore. Probably there. Actually, I probably could what I'll probably do is just see here. Probably just there. Work that out here for a second. The worst corner I've seen in my life. Being a short subdivision, I don't imagine speeds being really too big of a factor through here. As tight as I'm gonna want it today. I'll put a small bridge through here. If I got the gap bridge up, I think I'm gonna have to. Let's just try a 1.0 real quick. No, not a 1.0. Try a 1. Yeah, that's not gonna be sufficient. That's not gonna be sufficient. It's not bad, but at its trajectory, it's going to put me well below the hill. So what's going to get me up the hill? We'll go half, we'll try 1.5. That's better. Actually, that might work out. Get a 1.7 going in here. Better. Okay. I don't like that bowing action though. Should be fine. I think it's going to become a problem. Okay. Trussel or girder? Probably another trussel. Or, no. What are you? Alright, so that's a girder, so a truss. That's what I was looking for. Put a piece of track over here just to know where the hell I was. I'm gonna go quickly remove my flag off the pole real quick, just so the plow doesn't go by and get it all dirty. So I'll be right back. Alright, so just went outside real quick, and it is slick as fuck. It is wet, heavy snow, and I am in my boots. I'm sliding around like crazy. I'm supposed to be taking off here a little bit to go to dinner at my aunt's, so I think unfortunately I'm gonna have to call the stream here for right now because I have work to attend to outside. Just kind of a part of living in Maine. I should keep ahead of the snow while I have a chance instead of waiting till later, only to discover that it's too much for me to push around, and then I'm screwed. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna call it here for right now. I will be back on later. I will live stream later on, so I'm just gonna save it here, call it a night, or call it an evening, go to my aunt's, get some supper, and all that stuff. So, I do appreciate y'all for tuning in now, and Parrot, I do appreciate your help. If you have any more suggestions, I will make this a fill with a bridge in the center. I did just catch your comment on that, so I will go ahead and do that. If you have any more suggestions or tips or whatever to kind of keep an eye on or do, just let me know. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching for right now. I will talk to y'all probably a little bit later on tonight, so catch you then.